We continue our reading of Lest We Forget, a daily devotional by author George R. Knight. Today's reading, June 8. Adventists weren't always health reformers. I have yet many things to say unto you, but you cannot bear them now. John 16:12. Adventists weren't always health reformers. Take unclean meats, for example. In November 1850, James White noted that a few of the Sabbatarians were troubled in regard to eating swine's flesh, and some abstained from its use. He had no objections to such a practice, but stated that he did not by any means believe that the Bible teaches that its proper use in the gospel dispensation is sinful. What he really objected to was individuals distracting others from the center of their message, the Sabbath in end-time perspective. Some years later, after his wife penned a letter to a woman named Curtis that the use of swine's flesh was not a religious test, James wrote on the back, "That you may know how we stand on this subject, or question, I would say that we have just put down a 200-pound porker." Again, in 1859, Ellen White counseled S.N. Haskell and others that his views concerning swine's flesh would prove no injury if you keep them to yourselves. But in your judgment and opinion, you have made this question a test, and your actions have plainly shown your faith in this matter. 1 Testimonies 2:06 and 2:07. She went on to add that if God requires his people to abstain from swine's flesh, he will convict them on the matter. If it is the duty of the church to abstain from swine's flesh, God will discover it to more than 2 or 3. He will teach his church their duty. God is leading our people, not a few separate individuals here and there, one believing this thing, another that. The third angel is leading out and purifying a people, and they should move with him unitedly. Some run ahead of the angels that are leading this people. I saw that the angels of God would lead his people no faster than they could receive and act upon the important truths that are communicated to them. But some restless spirits get in haste for something new and rush on, and thus bring confusion and discord into the ranks. They do not speak or act in harmony with the body. Ibid 2:07. Ellen White held the firm conviction throughout her long ministry that God was forming a people, and that as they united on one issue, but not before then, he would guide them to the next step. The progress up to 1863 had been clear. First, they united on doctrine, and then on organization. Only then were they ready for his leading on health reform and other lifestyle issues. God's leading away always has a logic to it. This concludes our reading today of Lest We Forget.